Times. Welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock. It's a Thursday. It's time for magic stuff, and I'm here with Matt.
Hello.
I've got a Matt. I've got a Matt. Two Matts.
Genius. There's another one over there.
Now, yes, there is. There's three. Now, the other day I did a video on your close-up case. You weren't here. You were selling stuff.
I was.
But everybody loved it. I analysed your close-up case. Did you watch it?
Did they? Did people like it?
Yeah. Yeah, they really loved it, and they wanted a follow-up video of you talking about why you do what you do and why what's in your close-up case is in your close-up case. So I have your close-up case, and we're going to talk about this. First of all, this is a great trick, and you don't even know how this works yet, do you?
No, I don't yet. You haven't taught me.
I need to teach you this. I've just given Matt this.
It feels very intrusive.
Yes, it really is. So let's talk about some of this, and I want your honest opinion as to why you've put this into your act, how often you use it, if you don't use it, if you do use it. Okay. There's no right or wrong here. Let's start with this.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean
that's a relatively new one for you, isn't it?
It's the newest the newest addition to my close-up case, which is Hook.
Which, if you saw the mat test recently,
which I didn't reset last time I used it, but okay. Yeah, Hook, which is very quickly becoming my favourite thing to perform at gigs. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And that's
fits with your style.
Fits with my style. It blows people away. It's edgy. It's got that danger factor to it, and it's basically it's amazing. Everyone should have that in their close-up case. I think it's brilliant.
Okay. Billets. Why do you have billets in your close-up case?
Because they're in a core packet from the 1914. No, they're not. They're because when I was when I was at Blackpool.
Honesty always been the best policy.
Yeah. When I was at Blackpool, Simon Lipkin came over to me and gave me a 10-minute personal mini masterclass on mentalism. And he told me one of the things that I need to get is some billet cards. So I did. He also gave me a couple of little routines and stuff to use with billet cards to start me off. So I've been practicing those. There is also a Peak wallet there that I got from Blackpool.
That's the one from JB Magic.
It's very, very good, and I needed some billets to go in there.
Have you started using that yet?
Yes, I've used it a couple of times. And then also I got recently the Simon Lipkin download that he's released, and you need some billet cards for that as well. So that's why there's about another 2 or 3 packs.
So how often is this used so far in your?
I've used it a couple of times. To be honest, the only times I've really used them is when I'm comfortable that everything's going well, because I'm not overly confident with them yet, but I do know what I'm doing, and I am practicing all the time, and it will be going into my set.
Do you find it sometimes difficult to put new stuff? Because this is a problem that a lot of magicians have, and I've never had a problem with it. Do you have an issue with putting new stuff into your act? Like, you buy it and you have every intention of putting it into your act, but then you kind of get nervous when you get to the gig, so you just stick to the stuff that you do?
I don't have an issue with putting new stuff into my set. I wish I could put new stuff into my set every single time I go out. The problem is more nerves with new stuff, and the issue that you get with that, and it's something that I'm personally trying to nip in the bud from the get-go, is that the more you've gone out there, if you've got 3 or 4 tricks that you're super comfortable with, and you go out there every time and you do the same 3 or 4 tricks, every time you go out and do those 3 or 4 tricks, it makes it harder to put something else in.
Yeah.
Because every time you perform them, you get more comfortable with them.
Yeah.
Which means the new stuff is getting even further away from your comfort zone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you need, I've been conscious of that and trying to put new stuff in there. That I was super nervous the first time I did that, even though I'm like a massive fan of it and I know it's great. And when I saw Mullinger do it, I was just like, that's incredible. It's so good and it fits with my style, and I knew it was going to work. But the first time I did it, I was super nervous because it was new. But then I realised that everything else that I've done, I had to do for the first time at some point. Yeah, everything else that I've done was brand new, no more than a few months ago. And that's working now. So if that's working, why can't I make something else work? So, and that I really love. So I pushed myself to do that, pushed myself out of my comfort zone of doing what I have been doing to try and push something new. And it worked really well. So you've just got to bite the bullet or bite the hook. And and just get out there and do new stuff, I think. And that I'm personally trying to do that at the moment.
Well, this looks like the any card at any number off boombox.
It is the any card of any number at boombox.
So thoughts?
Everyone that was at Blackpool has seen me do that, and I love it. It's great. It's super easy, but it hits hard, and yeah, I do. It's not really a close-up thing like corporate, when there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to get around, like, because sometimes you struggle to find space on a table, which you obviously need in order to be able to do that. You can't do that standing up in front of someone, but whenever there's the opportunity, I do that, and it blows people away every time. I love it.
Yeah, and it's the only one that you do off boombox as well, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eliminator version 2.0.
Yes.
Didn't even know you did this.
I got it from Pete.
Okay.
I saw them. I saw them. There was a video that he put online of that, and I was just like, "Holy shit! That looks awesome! It looks so good." So I bought it.
And how are you finding it? How often do you?
I haven't performed it live yet. I'm still kind of getting to grips with it.
Okay.
But I haven't done it live yet.
Okay, but is it something you're planning on doing?
Yeah, absolutely. That will be going in because it's brilliant. It's so good.
So what's this? Is this just a regular deck?
Oh man, you're going through all of my cards. That's Wayne Goodman. Remember when we went?
Oh yeah, I couldn't figure out what this was when I looked at this. I didn't know what this was at all.
Well, you know when we went, me, you, and Wayne went out for dinner in Cannock.
Yes.
That was the trick that he did, and then he just gave it to me.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah, that's because Wayne's a fucking legend.
He is a legend. He is a legend. This is a great trick. Do you use this?
I haven't actually done it live yet, but it is a fantastic trick. Yeah, it's the one that he did when we went out for dinner.
Okay.
And then he was nice enough to give it to me.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. What else have we got? Let's have a look. How often do you do this?
I've done it a couple of times. They're amazing.
That feels like it should be your style.
Yeah. I got Kat. She's got loads of little paper cups that she uses sometimes for her ink when she's tattooing. So she bought me like a whole stack of them. So I've got like a whole stack of paper cups. I need to put some more in there actually. I ran out of paper cups that were in there because I used them all. But it's it's phenomenal. I love this. It's so good. And it, like, literally, if you get the right audience, you've got people cowering behind their hands as you're like slamming it.
Well, what's your viewpoint on danger magic when done close up?
Love it.
Because this and Hook
I
are
love
the
it.
two that you're raving about at the moment.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if people don't know what this is the Wayne Dobson smash and stab routine. And you can't get these anymore. I gave you this.
You did.
And Wayne, I think, is planning on re-releasing it at some point. But this is a close-up version of that particular trick. But it is so good, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Very easy to do.
And it freaks people. Anything that like freaks people out, like I love that. I love like getting people to be just holding behind their hands and covering their eyes and just go, no, don't do it. The amount of people that I've had when I've been going for the last one, they're just like, no, don't do it, just don't do it. And it just freaks people out. It's great. It's so good.
Awesome. Well, how about cheeky?
Yep.
I've seen you do cheeky.
That's my spare cheeky. There's another one here somewhere.
Yes.
That's not even opened.
That's not even open.
Because you told me to always, if the ones that you're doing, make sure that you've got a spare.
Because you
So I've
never know
actually
when you're
got,
not going to
like-
be able to get them anymore.
Like, that's a Stebbins deck. That's a Stebbins deck. There's another Stebbins deck here somewhere, I think.
Well,
So
Stebbins
I've got-
is such a big deal for you, isn't it?
Yeah, massive.
Why do you love Stebbins so much? Because people hear us talking about Stebbins. That was probably one of the first tricks that I ever taught you, the Stebbins stack.
Yeah.
And you fell in love with it immediately.
I did, yeah. It's because it's pretty much idiot proof, which was when I was first starting out and first performing. The last thing that I wanted to do was be doing something super technical that was going to fry my brain, because going out and bearing in mind, it hasn't been the usual starting magic that most people have.
No.
It's been a little bit different. So instead of learning and falling in love with it slowly and sitting in my room for years practicing stuff and whatever, like me, I was instantaneously surrounded by the Craig Pettys, Nemed Phoenixes, Tom Mullingers, all these guys of the world that are all incredible magicians, incredible performers. And then all of a sudden it's like, right, well, I'm going to stick a camera in your face and put you on the internet for thousands of people to look at. So you can either be shit or not. So doing something, I very quickly had to, out of necessity and self-preservation, had to figure out how the fuck I was going to do this very, very quickly. And the Stebbins deck works really well for the skills that I already possess. The acting skills, the sales skills, the getting people to believe what you're telling them. That works really well with the Stebbins stuff. So because I was thrown in, it's not even thrown in at the deep end, was it? Let's be honest. I was chucked off out of an airplane into the middle of an ocean. That it was just go do it. So the Stebbins stuff really worked well for me because I could play it and I could use my existing talents as a kind of springboard to bring me up to a level where I can go out and perform at a relatively high standard.
Nice. That's
So
really
that's
good.
why that's why I'm so obsessed with the Stebbins deck.
Fair enough. These look all like just speciality decks, right?
I love them. That was a gift from Jem. That was there. I got these from Blackpool.
Is that new one that I just gave you?
That's the new one that you just gave me that I haven't opened yet. I'm waiting for it. I was thinking about turning that into a Stebbins deck because I really like it. But these are just speciality decks. Same as that one is a speciality deck. Same as that one is a speciality deck. These are the ones that I use live. These ones, the vintage label ones. Oh, got these from. Look at them. Look at that. How fucking cool are they? Can you see them?
Yeah.
They're amazing. So these are the ones that I use, like the black decks, the darker decks.
Kind of fits with your style. Doesn't it?
Fits with my style, and these are just standard decks of cards. But if I'm doing just normal card tricks, that's what I'll use these for.
And I find it interesting that you use a Darren Brown deck for your Stebbins deck.
Yeah, of course. If you've got a Darren Brown deck in your close-up case, why would you not associate that with the mind?
Do you build that into the into the
I
presentation?
tell people that Darren Brown gave them to me. I actually say, oh well, these are Darren Brown playing cards. You can see like that he actually gave them to me at the London Magic Convention. I did get them from the London Magic Convention, but he didn't give them to me, obviously. But I'll be like, they're courtesy of Darren Brown, so he hands these out to people that he believes that can do the
You're
kind of
so
stuff.
full of shit.
I am full of shit. Of course, I'm a magician. You're full of shit. We're all full of shit. We just say whatever we do to make it work, and that works. And I've just fucked that up now. It's not a Stebbins deck anymore.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. But I'll sort them out in a minute. But yeah, but it works. It works well. Like you can tell people that, and they'll believe you. So if you can say something to somebody and they'll believe you, why not say it? That's my other Stebbins deck, which is the most beautiful deck of cards ever created in the history of the world ever. But anyone that's never seen a Providence deck by the 1914 before, that's what they look like.
They are beautiful.
I know. Oh my god. Yeah, and I've got like
deck?
3 or 4 of these at home.
What the hell is going on here? We've got a blank. Oh, hang on. This feels very. This is a quantum deck.
Yeah, of course it is.
You've got a quantum deck.
Obviously, I've got a quantum deck.
Do you use the quantum deck?
Yeah.
I didn't realise you used the quantum deck.
Well, I learned it for Blackpool, so I might as well.
Okay, so here's the next question. You got a quantum deck.
I do.
You've also got the boombox, any card at any number.
Yes.
So you've got 2 any card at any numbers there.
Can you ever have too many any card at any number?
But which one do you go for mainly? Is the one that you go over another one? You said that that's not really a close-up trick in a corporate type situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one?
Well, I mean, obviously you could do quantum deck anyway.
Yeah. You can get stolen into someone's hand very, very easily.
Yeah, of course. So if I've got the opportunity to do boombox, I really like doing boombox. So I'll do that. If I want to do an ACAN and it's like corporate functions and stuff, because what I found with corporate functions and stuff as well is this looks really slick because all the cards are blank. It's just a really nice, slick, smooth, clean, and it's so like people just like don't know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Until you get, I mean, I've always got the 4 hearts in there, but yeah, people just don't know where you're going with it until the reveal, and it's just like, holy shit. Because all you're doing is playing with a blank deck of cards. And in a like black tie event, just a blank white deck of cards,
yeah,
it looks quite cool.
It does look very cool. What's this?
Oh, God, he's going to... Oh, yeah.
What is this? I couldn't figure out what this was at all.
Ask your best mate.
Who?
Mr. Barnes.
What is it? Is it something to do with Lloyd?
Yeah.
What is it? I've never seen this.
So, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's literally that.
Okay.
So basically, he did a video. It's one of his free videos. So I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's bad to. Is it okay to tell people what it is? Because
yeah,
it's
I mean,
a
as
free
long as
video.
you can go over to Lloyd's channel and learn it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was free off of Lloyd's channel, but it's basically a tear and restore.
Oh, okay.
So that's the gimmick.
Got you. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, it's a tear and restore. But he put it on his channel, and I was quite taken with it. So this is basically just me making the gimmick, and then there's a couple of cards in here that have got bent corners and stuff where I was just practicing. So this is my deck of cards that I use when I'm practicing random shit.
Got it.
But that, yeah, it's just it's a gimmick.
Okay, well, that makes sense. This is fun. I'm really enjoying it. This is good. This is good. And you give them good advice as well, which is great. And then you're gonna have to put this back together. And I know you've got to go for a gig, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got to go.
Okay, well, we all know what that is. You love that, don't you?
Yeah, it's my favourite thing ever.
Tell everybody why I mean, everybody knows kind of how it works. They kind of on the tutorial. Tell everyone about this.
It's unveighted die. Everyone knows what the unveighted die is, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
It's basically a kind of. I use it in two ways, basically. So I will either use it to start off a mentalism routine. So a lot of times when I'm trying to warm people up to it, I'll be like, when we were out at gigs together, I'll be like, Craig does all the card tricks and the coin tricks, and he does the magic. What I do is mentalism and mind reading, that kind of thing. And everyone goes, oh, okay. And then you go, so I just, out of all of the people that are around at this table at the moment, who would be the toughest person to crack? Which one of you would be the hardest person for me to read their mind? And then nobody ever volunteers, but everybody always points at someone. They'll be like, oh, him. And it's like, okay, perfect, we'll try it with you then. So you put the dice down on the table, and then I go, what's that? And they'll be like, it's a die. And you, yeah, perfect, have a look at it. Just check it out, make sure there's no secret compartments, no trapdoors, no nothing. There's all six sides and all numbers are different. And they go, yeah. And it's got perfect. Shake it up in your hand, put it down on the table, keep your hand over the top of it, and then I'll turn around and I'll go, did you look at the number? No, look at the number. So they look at the number, keep your hand back over the top of it, and I'll turn around and then go into like a mentalism thing. And obviously I'll get it right because it's fucking brilliant. And then that's kind of like you're warming them up. So you're just kind of getting into it, and that's a really easy way of, this is 1 in 6, now we can do 1 in 52 or whatever, do you know what I mean?
Okay, got you.
Alternatively, if you go straight in with the other mentalism stuff, or straight in with Stebbins or whatever, and then someone says, oh, well, obviously the cards are marked. And you go, oh, you think the cards are marked? Okay, you think my cards are marked? Have a look at that. And then they're like, what? And then so you do it again with them and you get the right number. And then they go, how did you do that? Exactly the same way as I was doing with the cards. They're not marked. I'm good at what I do. And they're like, okay. And then that just kind of like validates what you've been doing with the cards. So you can use it in a couple of different ways, but it is phenomenal. I would never, ever do a close-up gig without that in my pocket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's that good.
Okay. Have you ever had it fail?
No.
No? I've never had it fail either, but
I have not. Okay. If I'd had it failed, I'd have probably stopped using it.
Yeah, I know that.
But no, I have not had it fail. That is nothing special. That is literally just a lighter.
Do you still do this? I know I made you do this in the match menu.
You made me do that to a bunch of stone chavs in a back alley in Bristol.
Yes, I did. Good times.
I've done it a couple of times. Honestly, when I've done it is when I've needed a lot of stuff, like a lot of. If I've walked into a party and there's
feels that you're moving towards the mentalism stuff and away from visual 100%. Magic, but you must know as well as me, there's times where you go to gigs and that's not appropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got to do. Yeah, and when those situations arise, I know how to do this. I will do that.
Okay.
But it's not even in my like go-tos immediately.
What's this?
Hey, you gave me those.
Oh, these are great. Oh yeah, mirrored. Do you use this?
Oh, 10p.
And wildcard and mirrored.
Mirrored, I use more than wildcard.
Wildcard doesn't feel like your sort of thing.
No, mirrored, I like that.
Mirrorized is brilliant. This
Mirrorized,
is such a great trick. If you guys don't know Mirrorize, I should get you to perform this at some point. We should get you to do a, what do we call them? A
Magic Live.
You should do a Magic Live with these.
I mean, that you were scraping the barrel with that name, weren't you?
Yeah, that was all him, not me. Right. Purses. Doesn't seem like your sort of thing.
That's Mirage.
Ah, do you use Mirage?
I've been learning. I don't do stuff with that live because I'm not confident enough to do it live yet, but I am learning it. That one I do use live.
Oh, that's the world's most expensive hopping half set.
Yeah, I use that all the time. Like literally all the time.
Pure silver Morgan dollar. Beautiful hopping half set. Very, very expensive. It's a beautiful set.
It is.
It's a beautiful set.
It was
I remember lending it you and then it kind of came a permanent loan.
Yeah, you lent it to me months ago and then I just never gave it back. And guess what? You're not getting it back.
Thanks. It's great. No, hopping halves is amazing though. It's got so much magic in it.
That genuinely, I do that pretty much every gig. I do that all the time. Like genuinely.
But what's interesting about that is not a mentalism piece.
No, it's not.
At all?
No.
Not even slightly?
No. But I like it.
Okay, fair enough. What else we got? Some sponge balls?
Yes.
Do you use sponge balls?
I have used sponge balls. It's on video me using sponge balls.
Yeah, do you still use them? I mean, we were at a gig yesterday and you saw me doing sponge balls.
Yeah, and you did it, you smashed it.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
But yeah, it's not really my style.
Okay. What do you mean, like sleight of hand and good magic?
Yeah.
I get it. This is that Joshua J thing, isn't it, that you learned for...
Yeah.
Yeah, for trying to fool me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blindfolds in there somewhere, I think.
Do you use this?
I have done.
Yeah?
I like it. Blindfolds in there.
Ah, I didn't know what the blindfold was for.
Yeah, that's for
makes
that.
Sense. Right, okay.
I did this while we were sitting here.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah. But it's very, very good. I like it a lot.
Do you use it a lot?
Cool. I don't use it a lot. I have used it.
It seems like the sort of thing that's not practical in a lot of situations.
Yeah, again, it's something, it's the same as everything else that comes in that's new. You're fearful of it going wrong, you're fearful of messing up and getting to a point in the gig where you're doing really well and you've got the crowd on your side and everything's going great, and then you pull something out that you're not particularly confident with and you fuck it all up and you ruin the whole gig, and it's that kind of mental battle all the time. So I've done, every now and again you'll get like a table of people that are so like into it and you could literally do anything and they'd still applaud you.
Yeah.
In that situation I'll bring out something new, and in that situation I've done that a couple of times and it's been great. It's been received really well. It's a phenomenal trick and I would recommend that people learn it and go out and do it. But for me it was just, I'm still kind of getting more comfortable with it.
I understand. Knock 'em dead.
Yeah, man.
This is a great trick.
It is a great trick.
Do you use that?
No, I haven't used it live yet, but I bought it because I saw another video that Alakazam were doing, because they pop up on my thing all the time, and I looked at it and I saw Pete do it and I was like, shit, that's great. So I think Pete, because I was looking at this last time we were down there, and I think Pete actually just gave this to me, because he's a lovely, lovely man.
He is.
So yeah, but I am, that's on my list of things to put into my set.
What's that?
Oh, contact colours. Aldo Colin Mini.
Aldo Columbine.
Yeah. Aldo.
Your favourite dead magician.
Yeah. He's amazing. That's contact colours. Love that. That's like the best trick that's ever been.
That's still one of my favourite tricks I've seen.
Ever, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Contact colours is great.
It's
do you do it?
incredible. I have, yeah, obviously. It's brilliant.
And this one is...
it's completely self-working.
What's this?
Don't know.
Any idea? You literally have no idea what that deck is, do you?
No.
I just check for Stebbins whenever I open up a deck in your case.
Yeah, me too. I have no idea what that is. It might just be a normal deck.
Fair enough.
I think that's just a normal deck.
This one's weird. You got a blue deck in a red box.
Oh, God knows.
Any ideas?
It's not in an order.
Fair enough. There's just random stuff in here that you just don't know about, isn't there?
I need to have a clean out of it, obviously, because there's some stuff in here where I don't know what it is. I think that's just a normal deck.
And then this is Cartoon, which I know you haven't learnt yet.
No.
Why not? That is such a great trick. Jamie
That wasn't even open.
I might have opened it. Jamie
You.
Ray- I
I
needed hidden gems last week, and I noticed that you had one in your case, so I might have borrowed it while you were on the phone.
Well, okay. No, I haven't learned it yet, but I do need to. Like,
Jamie
you
Raven
can't-
got through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, you can't be a
Britain's Got
magician and
Talent,
not know cartoon, can you? I suppose.
And then this
Everyone knows
is
it.
another cheek-to-cheek deck.
That's the one I use. Yeah.
This is another cheeky. Okay, quick fire round. The stuff in here: playlist, EDC, and trivia. All of my stuff stuck away in a special little section marked "I don't do this shit." Yeah, EDC, trivia, gossip.
What do you mean it's shit that I don't do?
It's all my stuff up there,
Yeah.
and past, present, and future by Rick Lax.
my zip.
I'm not. Yeah.
There's more than that in there.
Yeah, and there's some phones and stuff, but whatever.
And
Oh, Lux.
yeah,
There you go, buried right at the very bottom.
well, it's because it's little and it falls to the bottom when you're shaking the case around when you're carrying it. But
Lux,
yeah, I do
I know
Lux
you do
all
Lux
the time.
yeah.
EDC I'll do all the time.
EDC and Lux. Those are
All
two.
the time. Playlist I've done. Trivia I've done. Trivia I've done a couple of times actually.
Trivia's great.
It's a mentalism trick.
Yeah.
But EDC, like literally, I made a guy. He was that pissed off with me that he left the party. It
What?
was a house party.
And he left.
It was his party.
Are you joking?
No, he left. He was really drunk, but it was a house party that we went to, and I did a couple of bits and bobs. I did boombox actually on the living room floor while all the family was standing around, and then I did and Verdi on him because he was the birthday boy, and that pissed him off. And then I got EDC out, and he was like, "Oh, I do something else then, do something else." And the way that I play EDC is that I act as if I'm out of tricks. So I'm like, I haven't got anything else with me. I wasn't. Oh God! And then I'm like, right, yeah, okay. I've got some receipts. We'll just work something out as we go. We'll just figure something out as we're going.
That's a really nice way of doing it.
Just give him the receipts, and then literally, he was that pissed off with me when I showed him on my phone that he just walked out. He walked
And you
out.
use the phone method, do you?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the method that I actually use.
Yeah, I used the phone method. Yeah, and he walked out. But he was that pissed off that he left. And his missus had to go outside and walk halfway down the street to get him to come back to his own party because he was fucking fuming at me. Like, he was so funny. But yeah, I use EDC all the time. It's brilliant. Like, genuinely, without, I mean, I don't even want to say it because it's like, because you're sitting there and I don't want to give you any more of an ego. But yeah, I do love EDC. It's great.
Awesome stuff. So we've kind of dissected your case. This has been really cool. I love that you do Lux. I love that you do hopping halves. I love that you do stuff that's not completely all mentalism. If you could give
I need
people,
to get rid of those.
if you could give people one piece of advice as somebody who's relatively new into performing, but is now going out and gigging fairly regularly, whilst like just a few months ago, you know, you didn't even know how magic worked. If you could give people one advice that are watching this, what piece of advice would you give them? Other than don't be shit, because that's your go-to.
Don't be shit. That's a theatre thing. That's what we say to each other backstage in the theatre before we walk out on stage. Don't be shit. So
You remember, remember you need to reset that.
yeah, I don't know. It depends on. One piece of advice is a really difficult thing to give, isn't it? So it depends on the scenario. For any, obviously the majority of people are going to be watching this are already magicians, and I would feel like an absolute bellend giving genuine magicians advice because, like, what have I got to give them? But for anyone that isn't a gigging magician, maybe to just go and fucking do it. Like, it sounds like a cop-out thing to say, but the scariest thing in the world was walking out and doing my first gig, going up and performing to real people and doing real magic in the real world at a paid gig, and knowing that, you know, it's not just, I mean, it was scary enough going and performing to Tam next door, but to be out there and knowing that it's a paid gig with your company's name on the line, that was absolutely terrifying. So I think you know, the best thing to do is to just go and do it. Get out there, go and do a gig. If you're nervous about it, whatever, practice your arse off. But you can get to a point where, like I do this with like theatre auditions and stuff all the time, because I get super nervous when I'm going to audition for theatre shows, and you can over rehearse things. Like if you over rehearse a part, it gets to a point where you know your lines, you know how you're supposed to say the lines, you know how you're going to portray that character, you know what you're doing, you've got it. And you can get to a point where you over rehearse and you're not actually doing yourself any good at that point. All you're doing is winding yourself up. So if you know that you've got these tricks down, if you know that they're as good as they can be, all you're doing after that is killing time. So just get to a point where you're comfortable, you're happy, and then just get out there and do it. Just go and perform, go and do a gig.
It's great advice. Just go and do it.
Once you've done it, when you do it once, it's the same with anything else. Same with walking out onto a stage to sing a song. It's the same as walking out onto a stage to play an acting part, do an acting role. When you walk out onto that stage for the first time, or you walk into that room for the first time, and you do what you do, you'll walk out of that room or off that stage, and you will either be completely in love with it and do it for the rest of your life, or you'll never do it again. But until you actually get out there and do it, you'll never know.
It's really good advice. I like really good.
Thanks, man.
No, it's so good. I just don't have the heart to like insult you anymore. Like that was.
I mean, that's not true.
No, I'm
Give it 3, 2, 1.
You're a cock.
There you go.
So much better. So much better.
Well, I've got to go.
You got to go for a gig. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the follow-up video on Matt's close-up case. Maybe we'll revisit this in 6 months' time and see how it's changed, because I guarantee it will change.
It'll be this
in 6
big.
months.
It'll be a flight case, a trunk.
Yeah.
I'm going to have bought a van.
Van of close-up material.
Just to take my close-up video, yeah.
My dream, before you go, my dream, and I've always wanted to do this, and one day maybe I will. You know, like when you see Batman, and you watch the Batman films, and there's always that moment where he's about to go and fight crime, and he goes down to the Bat Cave, and he like opens up those doors, and there's like all of his gadgets there, and there's like batarangs and everything, and he goes, and he's picking the stuff he needs. I want one of those, but for magic, like a close-up room, the secret door, and it opens into a secret room, and it opens up, and it's like, take that pack of cards, those coins, little utility belts. Yeah, that's the dream. That's the fucking dream right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, if anybody's got a utility belt for magic, let me know.
If anyone, I thought you were going to say, if anyone's got a spare room that we can just turn into a...
Anyone has a hidden bat cave.
A mat cave. A mat cave, there you go.
I want a mat
That'd
cave.
be awesome. But thanks very much for joining us. We'll be back again next week with another video. Matt will be back on Tuesday. That's your regular slot.
Really?
Yeah, you're normally here on a Tuesday. I stopped a week ago because I needed to address Jacob Jr. But I've done that now, so we'll go back to normal. But I'll be back again very, very soon. He'll be back again very soon as well. You've got to go off to a gig. You keep checking your... I think Kim's arrived. So we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Go to your gig. We'll see you again. Bye, everyone.